Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to our glorious republic. I do hope you're having a great day today. Today, we are going to check in with Zoski because it's about done. We're going to spend a little time out in the country there. But before we get to that, I want to take care of a few things and show you what's going on with Charlevinsk here. We're down to 10 million. We got 27,500 people. And, we're starting to use prisoners, but despite how many prisoner buses I've purchased, there are still a lot of them that are not working. So, I've got probably 30, 35 prisoner buses going around here, and there are still, a lot of prisoners that are not working. And that's because we just have a lot of prisoners. It's not like I'm just not leveraging them. It's just that they're so full. We're about to fill our second prison, which is terrible. It's just so broken how strong it is, orphanages are. And they're all still full, too. And they're all still, this one here, thankfully, is doing really well. But there are some that are just not doing really well. So I will be happy if I scroll through all these and see green numbers on these two stats. But I can never count on both of these stats being green, and that sucks. Hopefully we can correct their loyalty when they get older. I wanted to show you what my solution is for the prison right now. So we got a temporary one. This prison, of course, being constructed. Things are moving along with this. I would like to increase the priority on these buildings real nice and right there. And I'm actually going to get the helicopters involved in it so that they get them done quicker. So we got a walking path going in right here, and it's not done yet. I'm actually going right with the lights. And then we'll probably have the lights also on this path here, which is being marked for lights. Right? So we got a couple of walking paths through here. They're going to go up like this and then over the highway and then drop back down, and they're going to work here. And each of these little brick flats can handle about 145 people at 90+% quality. They're not that high of, there's not that many people in them, but they're pretty nice places to live. And what we're going to do here is when they're built, we're going to allow citizens to live here because assuming they get these done after the walking path is done at least, I'm hoping the walking paths are done. Assuming that happens, they will be able to walk to the store. So at least their survival stuff is done. And then after we do whatever we're doing in here, which I kind of want to do like a carnival thing, like a little Ferris wheel and all sorts of things like that. I kind of want to do that here. I haven't decided yet, but that's kind of where I'm thinking on this space here. But if I get this walking path to go straight across, then these guys should be able to reach the bus stop too. The thing is, I don't want them to. I am going to start managing who can live where in certain circumstances. And this is one of those circumstances. So I'm going to allow citizens to move in, but only if you are already university educated and you are over 50% loyal. Okay? So you need to have over 50% loyalty and a university education already to live in these buildings. And if you do that, then you get to work in the prison. Okay? We'll see how that goes. I'm hoping with a housing shortage, we can persuade people to move over there and everything will balance out. At the moment, we don't have anybody 21 plus without a flat. So we're A-okay there. That means we got room for expansion. So we're going to get these houses in here. There's a kindergarten right here just in case these guys have babies. And if for some reason they're going to complain about school, which they shouldn't because they all have educations, but if for some reason they do, maybe we'll have to build a little school over here or something. But the school is actually way over here. And, most of these guys are going to be able to work, are going to be able to go there. But the design is that you should already have a high education by going here. All right. And if for some reason we can't get enough people to live here to start transferring prisoners over, then I'll open it up to basic education. But at least people without an education can't live here. Okay. So I'll start opening it up to basic education at that point. But at basic education, they've already gone to school. That's the important thing. Okay. So they're going to start building this stuff. We got a couple of we got this building done because its walking path was done really quickly. And we're starting to lay in the more permanent walking paths here, okay? These two paths meet here. And then it goes to a very similar thing we got going on over here, which is actually done, by the way. Check it out. Looks pretty good. My only regret on this, and I'm not messing it up on this side, my only regret is I went concrete steps and then steel bridge. And I wish I had done one or the other. I'd pick one and just make it consistent. We're going to have consistency over here. There's going to be a steel steps and steel bridge over here. Okay? So, everything's good. hopefully everything works out. We'll see. One last thing. I have actually told my demolition crews to take away a little bit of this road, because this road, it is going to become a roundabout instead. So I pulled them back a little bit. They reverted it to dirt. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a little roundabout here. I don't know if we're going to need this. Like, there may not be enough traffic for this, but just trying to get ahead of any potential issues, that's what I'm going to lay in here. So we're going to get a roundabout about like this. Should be fine. And then what I want to do is I'm hoping that the game will play nice with me and allow me to kind of sculpt the land a little bit here to make this nice and smooth. But I don't know. I'd like to take this road down here and go about like this. And actually we'll come to about here, I guess, to keep this part flat. And then I want to come down here, but I want to make this smoother. So yeah, there we go. And then I want to stretch it out. If I can stretch it out just a little bit more, I'm going to have to pull it back more. Okay, because I don't want it to be like really wavy. So I think I have to start back here a bit. There we go. So I want this to kind of flow a little bit smoother down the hill. Yeah, kind of like that. And then from there, we're going to go all the way to the road there. So it's still a little bit wavy. This game is, you can't get perfect in this game. You have to really want it. If you can get perfect, but you got to really want it. And I don't know, like there are some people who will spend a very long time, you know, with this just to make it as smooth as possible and everything. And I don't know, like you can do it. I guess in the end, it's if you look back on it after you spend all that time and you're like, that was worth it. But in the moment, for me, I just look at this and go, is it really though? And I just don't see it being worth it half the time. So like I'm just kind of, I guess this is probably what happens, if I'm being honest. This is probably what happens when, you know, you only have like an hour and a half every day maybe to play. And you know that the planning for a video is going to take that long. So you can't really even record every day. If you're somebody who's just playing this for fun and you don't have any content and you're not trying to keep a schedule and all that stuff, then by all, I feel you, man. This seems like a really good thing, but I just don't want to go like a week without a video. You know what I mean? So there's certain things where I kind of give up and say, all right, that's good enough. Let's move on. And stuff like that. It's one of those things. All right. So over here, sorry, I got a little bit of a rant there. Let me just kind of mark that down. Oh, I can't put markers on these roads. We'll just do this then. All right, so what I want to do is let's make all of this asphalt, okay? And we'll just leave this for asphalt later. And then on this side, what I want to do is we're going to bring this down from the center, down like this. I was kind of hoping maybe you would, yeah, right about here. About there should be all right. All right, and what we're going to do here is instead of just meeting up like this, there's an update coming for this game. It still hasn't hit yet, but part of that update actually involves a little bit smarter pathing for the cars, in which they will kind of prioritize roads where they can just kind of flow into the road as opposed to having to slow down. So the speed at which they can take the turn is going to play a role in how they decide to use things. I don't know if it really makes much of a difference in this situation, but I figure instead of just making a right angle here, what if we just kind of, you know, did one of these instead? And I'm sure this would, you know, encourage the AI to say, hey, I can just flow right into this. That seems better to me. And maybe they'll just use it. Now, perhaps they're already doing that, but maybe I just didn't read the update correctly. But it seems to me that's going to be good. You know, if it's coming from this direction, you want to get in there, that's a good way to do it. I mean, you could always go this way and then back up, but that involves a single road and also a left turn, to where this over here is going to involve a right turn, and it just flows right into here with the roundabout and everything, okay? That's what I'm hoping for. If you're coming from this direction, you shouldn't be turning right to come here anyway, because you can just get in here and flow on the roads that are already there. You can just flow right up in here anyway. So there you go. And in fact, you can even stop by your local gas station, get yourself filled up, and then off you go that way. All right. So anyway, hopefully these buildings get built before the prison. I don't know if that's going to be a thing. We're still waiting for the roads to be completed here. And then kind of need stuff to happen. We'll see. We'll check back in on this in a little bit. Let's head over to Zoski. Oh, real quick, and the rail is done too. You kind of saw it in the beginning of the video how it flowed. The track builders are all done through here. So I've got the signals kind of in here just because, but we can, whenever this is ready, we can start bringing coal here. And I do intend to start bringing coal in here once this aggregate storage is done. And that's only 121 days from now. So that's going to be great. One problem with that, though, is that I am going to be out of connections on this distribution office. So it is very close to time to start getting additional trains popped in over here so that this can start running. Because it's done. It's set up. It's ready to go. All right. It just needs instructions. And, you know, some power would be helpful, too. So we're going to be looking at that pretty soon, too. And I need to get power on this side. And let's say we put power. I could just put it over here right in the corner like this. This is a fine place for power. If we can make that happen, let's go and get Mount Char on that. And then I want you to head. I mean, you're going to be powering the vehicle thing too, not just the start. So I think maybe a full, you know, I'm just going to go 235 right down the rail. That's fine to me. I'm all right with this. Let's just bring this all the way down. Yeah, we'll just bring it all the way. Wow, you're going to stop me. Why? Why are you stopping me? I just want to meet up with, you know, where you got it. That's fine. There we go. No? Something's stopping me here, and I don't like it. There we go. All the way down to about here. And then we'll go two more. It's fine. Right there. And then, all right, maybe only one more here. And then from here, we'll go down like that. Okay? And we'll get Mount Char working on these things. It takes a bit for those guys to do these things because there's no workers. The workers come from the helicopters, and the helicopters are pretty busy right now. The workers come from the helicopters though, and the helicopters are going to the border to get all of their labor just because I can pay for it. All right, I'll pay for foreign labor for now. I'm gonna add this project to that helicopter construction office. Okay, we ready to look at Zoski now? Let's head over here and take a look at Zoski now. So we have a lot of buildings done. I think some of them are very close to done. This one's got 88 work days left, okay? And what we want to make sure we're doing here is we want to make sure that we're not allowing citizens in any of these buildings. Now, I'm pretty sure I did it with all of them, but the ones that are built already, let's just see. There's nobody living there. I'm seeing cars here, though. That doesn't mean people are living here, though. It probably means they are working at the clinic, okay? Yeah. Coming over here to work at the clinic, which is fine. They'll come and do that, at least if they can. One of them is going to work in the cinema now. Great. There's an indoor pool over here. There's somebody working over here too. And there's no power over here. So power. We have our big, thick underground cable is done. And the switch isn't. So that's got to happen. You know, if you guys could maybe get on that, it'd be really nice if you could just do that. Do you have... I don't remember. Did I put buses here? In here, or where are we getting the labor for construction over on this side? Is it only been helicopters for now? I think it was. I think the helicopters are doing everything. Workers are coming from the Zoski bus stop is what it says, but I don't think I had any buses. I might be wrong. One of these buildings might have buses, and if they do, then they wouldn't be here because they would be already out trying to find people. There's no buses there, and there's no buses here. There must have been another construction office that was doing this, or it's just been all helicopters. It really wouldn't honestly surprise me if I was doing nothing but helicopters here, because there's just not a lot of people on the bus stops typically. But I think it is time to get some workers, local source workers here, because we do have at least a few people waiting at the bus stop. But for the most part, I think helicopters are the way to go here because it's just, you know, it's easier. Plus, we can always tell them to go get things at the border too. So why don't we get a construction office over here? I know it seems like a little late, but we still got lots of stuff to build. And I think we're going to get... Zoski's interesting because you don't really pick people up for construction projects, which is why I've been kind of relying on the helicopters for the most part. But Oh, by the way, this is done. Wanted to show you. These buildings are done. This was accidentally left as allowing people to move in. And they all did. Whoosh. Okay? So, I didn't mean to do that. The building is without power. They're not very happy, as you can see. And they're probably all going to start leaving me, if they haven't already. But this place is still full, so fine. These ones, I did catch them in time before they built. So that's not a problem. I did go ahead, however, and just buy a bunch of cars and put them in here. So all these were purchased, adding to my money, which is actually, you know, just under 10 million. And I went ahead and bought all these cars just so these guys had something they could go and do. Like, you can't just say no power and also you can't reach food and also you can't reach culture, etc. So I kind of went ahead and gave them cars. That said, though, I wasn't ready for them to be done here yet, and I still need to add power buildings to this area. So I'm going to look at where I can add power. I'm going to say maybe right there would be a good spot to add a substation, and then I can probably add another one. Right here would be a good spot for it too. Now, the question I've got is where in the hell am I going to get the power to add to the substations? Because I don't know where it's coming from. We're kind of saturated on this. We've used all the connections that I've designed this place for already. And it's more rural. Oh, there is one left. Wait, what? I didn't know I had another one left. That's brilliant. The thing is, I can't... This is a 10. And the underground that's moving to the transformer, that's moving down. So that's not moving to this one. So where are you getting your power from? This is a switch that gets it from here. Okay. So the high voltage switch to the transformer, you're getting it from there over, and this is the green stripe line. And the green stripe line is a 5 megawatt line. So I'm kind of saturated this already, is where I was getting at for that. If I come all the way over here, this is the other switch, which then brings it into this transformer. And this transformer has a lot more connections, but I think it's still the same situation, right? It's getting its power from a 4 megawatt connection, it looks like. That's what it looks like to me, is a 4 megawatt. So, and just to see what that is, this is what the 4 megawatt looks like. That's what that looks like to me. That looks like a 4 megawatt. Yeah, for sure. The next one that looks similar to that is the 8, but you can clearly see a difference between that. So this is 4, and I'm pretty much fully using that already. But we have this part here, and this is the purple stripe. So that one's going to be the 7. So this is bringing in 7, and we're using 4 that way, which means I have 4 available on this. And I'm pretty sure I was going to take that 4 that direction to start trying to power that stuff. So in other words, we need to come from this side is where I'm getting at. We need to access this area and bring power in from over here. So I'm going to have to bring a transformer, and I'm going to stick it right over here near this, I think is a good spot for you. Right about here should be okay. As long as I can get you the road connections. I could put it over here too, I suppose. Kind of puts it into the thick of it, but I could make it work. It's really close to the bus stop. If I'm going to put another building here, you want it close to the bus stop. To over here, it doesn't really matter much. So these are just dirt paths, and that's a road. So how about I put you here? And then we could maybe amend this a little bit, bring that walking path out of here. And if I can, I don't know if the game will let me do this because it's pretty close to the rail, but it's all about whether the game lets me. Already I'm kind of seeing probably not. How about over this way? Can I just bring it this direction? All right, tell you what, let's bring a road clear across here like this. And we'll just say that there's going to be a cross street here. I don't know if I was ever going to do a cross street there, but you know what? Now we're doing a cross street there. And that gives me a transformer here. From this switch, which we're bringing in a 15 megawatt. This is the red line. This is the big boy line, and it's done. And that's a 12 megawatts underground right here. So we have a lot of connections we can choose from here. I'm going to say, I'm going to bring in 8. We don't have to use 8, but I'm going to bring in 8 over. And I want to stay really close to the rail, I think, here. Maybe we're going to go that way. And then, yeah, like I don't think I'm going to have to. The one question mark I had is whether or not I was going to have anything over here to connect on this. And now that I've built all this, I don't think that's ever going to happen. So I think we're fine. So why don't we bring an 8 or maybe even, how about a 7? But we go underground. That way I'm not pigeonholing. I'm not getting things in the way. I think we could bring a 7 underground. It's fine. So we're going to 7 underground there. We don't have to use all 7, of course, but it's just going to be there. All right. And then we're going to take over here, start adding a lot of substations and go underground with them and just make them look good. And so I think I'm going to add either one here and one here already. And I think maybe I can get another one like right up in here. That is powering quite a lot of stuff. Not a whole lot for homes, though. I do want to maybe get over in this area, too, with the manufacturing that's going to be here with meat and stuff. So maybe we'll put another one. Oh, right here. It would be cool. Yeah, right there. It's basically, I like to put these substations in places that I'm not going to build anything anyway, right? So like this little gap right here, I'm not going to build anything there, right? We could totally put that there. Unless there's a monument that will fit, and I doubt it. Well, okay. I shouldn't say I doubt it. This one's 65 meters of range, radius. 65 meters is nothing. It's not really going to affect very many people here. Anything that has a meaningful range on it, like this one, for example. Oh, that's actually really close, isn't it? I did not think that was going to be so close, but now I'm questioning if that can actually fit. Gosh, maybe. Oh, if I had planned ahead. If I had just planned ahead, that would have fit. I stand corrected. That was closer than I thought it was going to be. This one's 70 meters. 65. 150 is too big. I could put it here. I think it would fit here at 150, but better to put them over here on this side, right, if you're going to do it. And then if you're going to do that, I don't see any red stars in the area, so I think it's time to add another red star in this area. Because these things are very powerful. They're so good. There's just no reason not to use them. They're just really good. And I really want that to fit, but it is just not going to let me have it. Ah, so what's such a drag? Because I could have put something else here. Maybe I can get lucky if I go closer to the... No. It's just not enough space. Oh, got it. Oh, so lucky. That's what I wanted. Yep. So that's going to affect 450 meter range. So that's going to take all these buildings here, all these buildings here, all these buildings here. They're all getting affected by this. That's why I like red stars. They're very good. We could do something right. Like this is kind of like a curve here. I'm probably not going to have a building exactly in this spot. And so to get some help with, loyalty and stuff, I could put one of these on the corner here too. Since it's unlikely I'm going to place a building right in this spot. So I could do something like that. And we'll just get like a little dirt path right there. It's probably fine. I'm not seeing garbage services here. Because again, this wasn't built yet. I didn't want it to be built yet, but it just happened. So I'll go ahead and try to get some garbage services in here too. And as far as where that is going to be located, another big question mark indeed. If I was to make it fit here, it would only affect the one building. It's got to affect all of them. I need to have them all. Well, the thing is, it's going to affect one building because of the walking path being there. Freaking helicopters are just so good at building things. So I think I might be able to get, if I do something like this. Here, why don't we try this even? Why don't we try this? We go like Nope. Almost. Right up. Just a little bit higher, please. Right. I saw it. It was there. There. We do something like this instead. Right? And this just allows me... Probably don't need to go that far. I can probably pull this back to here, I guess. We do something like this. And then that might actually reach now. Especially if I was to... how about over here? Do you fit here? You're close. But no. If I do it on this side, would you fit? Yes, but you won't actually reach the building. Unless it would work by going here. Would this reach the building? Just that little dirt path right there. Could I get you to... Yeah, right there. There we go. Okay, so we'll get a dirt path there. That'll help for garbage on that side. For these two buildings, I think we can reach it. I was just concerned I wouldn't be able to reach the other one. So if I place this in the middle here, it does reach both of the buildings, but what it doesn't do is fit in this space. I thought it would fit in the space. It does fit here too. That's an interesting spot to be, because they have to go on the one way to get in here, but it works for me and I'm all right with it. So I'm going to do that. All right, Zoski can, Zoski rural areas or whatever, they can start working on these monuments and things too. All right. So, are we ready to move people in? I think so. I think we're ready to move people in. We got building stuff over here. We don't have the power supplies. That's the thing we have to do so far. So, I'm going to add one of these substations, I think, over here too. Let's pop one in right here. All right. And I thought for sure I had substations being built here, but that doesn't seem to be the case. The garbage is in, but nobody's got power. It's just that. That's my bad. Who else's bad would it be? All right, so I'm thinking as far over as I can go and still make contact with that last house. So right about here. Right there. I can still get contact with that last house right here. So we're going to go there with that. And it doesn't interfere with the field. The field is still 4.81. And as long as it lets me... Oh, hang on. We can do this. We just need to rotate it to get into there. Just make sure it hits that other house. 300 meters, right? Like that 301 is fine as long as it reaches. Okay. So from there, we're going to get another transformer, and we're going to put another transformer in over here, I think, right next to the school. It doesn't look good. I really want it to be different. This is these are high voltages, right? We could just come off of this directly. We'll just go over by the water. You know, if I... Oh, well, shit. I was going to say we could just extend the coastline, but I mean, look at that. Simple click and it just happens. It's magic. Magic. Cool. We'll just do that then. And we could add this, I think right over, just right here is fine. It's completely fine right here. And we'll just add this as a dirt road like that. And then now we can just go in and say high voltage, 5... And we'll just pop this underneath, assuming it lets me, assuming they let me do that. How about we go like this? Really? You're going to give me a... Fine, we'll go above ground, whatever. 4. Give me 4 megawatt above ground. It just didn't want the extra thing above ground, but it's fine. Okay, so with that done, we can now go... I think I'm going to go max underground, because I just want to keep all of these things... Like, I don't want to have wires running everywhere. So we're going to have this side... go in underground over to that spot, and then we're gonna have this one travel underground over to that spot. And you know what, I think that's gonna cover this whole area. We don't have any coverage here yet, and I'm thinking maybe we give this a little bit more juice. 4 might be not be enough here. And, you know, we have like seemingly unlimited power at this point with the 18 megawatt lines running directly to this spot. So I'm kind of thinking instead of that, we could give it, let's just give it an 8. It's not like it's that much more expensive to just add double the power capacity here. And then we can have the substation kind of hang out over here. That's one good spot. And then we could put another one maybe like right over here. Right, you can have another good spot like that. And then we can just run these 145 undergrounds. It's far, but you know, it's whatever. And we'll just bring it all the way over here like this. Well, if it doesn't let me, it doesn't let me, but I was kind of hoping maybe you would see things my way. Can we do it? No? You're still going to be difficult with me? Fine, we'll do that. And then over here, we'll just go, we can just run right alongside this if it lets me. Some other infrastructure is in the way. Yeah? You think so? I think it's not in the way of the first one, so it shouldn't be in the way of the second one. That's what I think. There we go. Except when it gets to about here. That makes sense. So I'm going to have to turn from here. So we're going to take this from here and then turn over into there. All right. So that adds a lot more power capacity. And then we can use these extra 2 connections and add more power if we need to, because we have the capacity over on this side. But we don't have wires running everywhere above ground. We have them underground, and I'm all right with that. I'm better. I feel better about that. I always like them better that way. Over here might be a little bit of a different story, just because there's industry here. So I'm all right with kind of bringing power along this side. You can see right here we have another switch that's got power being delivered to it, and then it goes underground from there all the way over to this one, and then this one is a 145, so it's kind of getting close to where it's gonna be overage. And it's also saying it doesn't have power. It doesn't have power. No power supply. Why? Did I make a boo-boo? I might have made a boo-boo. This whole time? Wait a minute. This whole... No way. Wait a minute. You're just a pole that goes nowhere. Did I? Oh, it's when I disconnected all this stuff. I never put it back. Son of a bitch. All right. Well, I can do that now, I think, if it'll let me. No, you're not gonna. All right. I mean, I tore all this stuff down to make the new fabrics, and you know, you remember all that. I'm sure you do. Either way, I guess I never put it back, so we're gonna do that now. We're just gonna take, yep, here, and then whatever. I don't care. Just build it, and then this needs to be like something that happens quickly, because that's a lot of power output that we're just not getting. And somehow everything is still powered, right? They've got redundancy. Lots of different ways of getting their power, including wind. There's a wind turbine right here that's running. So there's, you know, at least there's something helping out. But man, they survived the winter with that too. So I guess my power grid's okay in that area. All right. So, I mean, aside from the fact that they don't have any power, I think we're ready to go here, right? So we just need this stuff built, and then it's showtime, I think. So let's get these guys over here. We'll go ahead and high priority this. And then we'll make sure that the helicopters are going to bring people over here too. And then we got a technical service office. It'd probably be a good idea to have that done. We have several different things we'd like to finish here, so I can get access to additional power. Be very nice. And then from here, once we get all of these done, these substations that are going to be built here, hopefully, once we get those done, then we have, you know, the ability to just bring power in. So we'll just say 45 is going to be going through here. And we'll just say from there to... Yeah, see, I was worried about this. Like, there's a lot of stuff underground here. And I just feel, you know, Like maybe that was a mistake to have this much stuff underground. But if we go low, it's a little extra work, but we should be able to go low, you know, and then bring it up from there. Maybe. It looks terrible. Oh, it looks so bad. All right, we got to do something else over here. I mean, I guess I could. Yeah, it just needs to go underneath this wire. It'll go under the pipes, no problem, because the pipes are low. So it actually goes over the pipes pretty easily. But to get under that wire is the quest right now. And then we just bring that like... No? Really? You're shitting me. Why are you doing this to me? What is your deal? Get in there. I don't know what you're doing. And then this side over here, same troubles as before, but we're going to get underneath it like that. There we go. Hey, that was way easier. Showtime. All right, we'll get those 2 sources of power popped in as well. And then, of course, we just need Zoski to build all the things. So while they're taking care of that, let's check back in over here. I've left it running a while, all right? It's August. And I've also got this set up, by the way. The water treatment plant is running over here. Also, while in between videos and stuff, I forgot to put it in. I wanted to show it, and it just didn't happen, and I'm sorry. I put in an extra pump over here. So this pump is new. And the pipe that goes from here and brings it in, this is new. And because we had that limit per pump, right, is what we were saying before. Again, I can't really verify it, but to be fair, I haven't really seen it go over the limit that it supposedly has. So maybe that's a real thing. Either way, this thing can process a lot more water at a time now. And as long as there's a lot of people working here, we shouldn't have a problem with it. It's able to kick out as much water as it needs to into the reservoirs. Everything's great. But to help alleviate any stress that might happen as a result of having a pump limitation, because even though this thing can rock and roll, it's still pushing it out to pumps. And if those pumps are limited, see that, right? If the pumps are limited and it can't really pump it out fast enough to both of the reservoirs, then it's going to suffer. So to counteract that, I've got, since I'm putting people over here anyway, and we're starting to build over here, especially in this area, because I'm going to need to provide water over here anyway, I went ahead and activated this well with a limit of 5 people, and I went ahead and activated this water treatment plant as well. So now we've got, I added these 2 pumps, learned my lesson there, although I did build this before, so demolition crews had to remove this real quick, this little tiny segment, and then rebuild it. That was like last year too. It was with that time lapse we did before, and I just forgot about it. Anyway, right there, and then we got 10 people working here, kicking out all the water they can into a reservoir there, which is pumping it into with a big pump right here into this water substation, which provides water to all of these gigantic residential buildings. So that's very nice, as well as it doesn't quite hit the hospital, unfortunately. I thought it was going to hit the hospital. It didn't. It does hit the fire department, but no hospital. If we end up doing another hospital, then great. Now, he probably was thinking about putting another hospital over here just so it can respond over in this area and stuff too. But without having workers, I don't know, you know? So I'm looking at orphanages. I'm seeing great numbers here. All right, I don't particularly like the culture and enjoyment being affected, but that's something we can overcome as long as they're happy, there's no criminality, and they're loyal, right? We can overcome that. So I'm just scrolling down. I want to see this stuff getting corrected. I want to see the children in care number not overflowing. And, you know, I'm feeling pretty good about the 165 limit there. 160 limit. Looking pretty good. This one's well under the limit, too. Even though it only has 27 people, it is under the limit here, which is surprising. I'm not sure what's causing that, but that's great. Very good news. Looking at this one here. You know, the loyalty's getting hit, but at least the criminality's going down. And right here, well under the limit as well. Very nice. If we go over to... where is it? Right here. So it's probably... Holy crap. What is this? What is this? Is it a vehicle broken down or what? How did that happen? Okay, that's screwed up, man. Y'all need to start using other roads. Okay? I'm just saying, you need to use other roads here, folks. I think, you know, you need to turn left here. All right? I don't know where you're going. You're going to the orphanage, which is in here. You should be turning left here. I don't know what you're doing to this road, but we definitely need something worked here. Holy crap. What? I've provided so many alternative routes. What are you doing? And then of course you're trying to change lanes right here because you're like, it's like city skylines traffic here. I don't know what this is, but I'm starting to regret. I'm having some regrets. Here's what we're gonna do. It's gonna be a stoplight. It has to be at this point. We're gonna make it to where 2 and 5 go for a longer time. We're gonna say 30 seconds on 2 and 5, and then we'll do a 10. Let's do a 15 on the other one. All right. Why aren't you letting me do it? Crossroad have unsafe changes. I know. I'd like to save my changes, please. Crossroads, all lights have to be asphalt. Wait, they're not? Oh, it's this stupid dirt road. All right, hang on. Now, I don't think I can get around this unless I demolish this and rebuild it. I can do it now because that's not a dirt road. Son of a... It's asphalt now, okay? Just make the asphalt, I don't care. This one needs to be, I'm gonna say 30 seconds, and this one we're gonna make it 12. Go. And then I'm gonna manage this myself just temporarily to let these things go. But seriously, if this vehicle is going over here, or if any of these vehicles turn left here, I'm gonna cry. Like, oh, this is what you should be doing right here. Yes, you should be using this road, not that road. Oh my God. All right, we clearly have, there's clearly a traffic buildup happening here that I did not expect. One thing around this, we can make this a one-way, and then we'll force people to use a different method to get in. If I'm gonna do that though, probably this should be that method, but then that's backwards because you want people to be entering from like, you don't want them to have to cross. So like in this case, we would have people crossing in front of the people exiting to get in, and that's not what we want to do. More like we would rather have them enter from here and exit here is the better approach. The only problem with that though is that this right here is here. Now, we could do this. This would be a little weird, but we could do this. We could make this a one-way, and then of course this could be a one-way to get out, right? Now we could do that. If we did that, this becomes a two-way, but it's really only a two-way for these cars in that environment. So all these cars would then be trying to, you know, like these guys wouldn't be here anymore is the idea. But now we just have total freaking gridlock. And I don't know if it's... Get that water truck out of the way. Holy crap, man. This is not a good idea. This was a bad placement for this parking lot. This is a very bad idea. And I don't know how to stop it because these guys are not moving. They're just like, they have the right of way and they're not moving. We'll get you out of the way. We'll get you out of the way. Any vehicle that I can control H right now, I'd like to do so. And now, if you're gonna leave, you leave here. But now you're trying to turn left again, which is like you're just going in a circle or what? Like, what are you doing? I provide all these alternative means, and they only want to do this one. Well, let's see if this fixes it over time. We have to get rid of the initial gridlock first before we can get rid of it. I'm gonna give, yeah, something like this. I'm gonna go like this really quick and see if we can somehow find a way to clear this. But I think I have to destroy this parking lot. It is not a good position. It needs to be placed someplace else. Unless we can stop these guys from turning into here. I don't know what they're stopping for. Like, you should not be stopping. Turn left. Is it? Try this. Nope. I need another place to yield. Let's have 3. You're yielding. 5 is yielding. 1 should be like that. Let's try that. Get out of here. You have the right of way. Just get out. Now all of you want to turn this way, which is not the idea either. So I think there's definitely something to look at here. I did not expect that in this location. But I think it has a lot to do with the prison buses too, because there's so many other vehicles doing this now. So I think the prison buses might have contributed to that a little bit. If I could provide an alternative for the prison buses, that'd probably be ideal. I'm not sure what that would be. They're going to prefer the asphalt roads over the gravel roads too. So maybe I pave this. No, it's like I'm shutting down that road. But if I pave this, then that could help a little bit too, I think. But the other thing that's got to help is just getting, like this being a one-way now, this isn't congested anymore. But now we have this problem where vehicles are going to be waiting in line to get out here since they can't go this way. And now the gas station is going to get clogged up. So there is definitely something to look at here. Yeah? Yeah, let's give it some time here. Maybe it'll work itself out. But I don't like this being a one-way. But it might be the only way to do it. To make sure that all the people who are queuing here, the only people that are doing that are these cars. See, now it's fine. But you have to also think about the fact that like all the cars that wanted to access this did it all in bulk. So now they're all gone, right? And so they might be coming back in bulk as well. I'll have to take a look at it. I did add an extra house here. I think I showed this. An extra building right here, right? 337 workers are here. It's fantastic. It's actually getting reconstructed. So that's been there a while. What was the other ones I was adding before? I added these here. These are all done now. Looking pretty good. 41 people without a job here. 32 without a job here. 16 without a job here. Let's fix that, huh? Why can't you... Well, you can get here, and there's a lot of people here. I need more transportation. I need more buses. The issue, though, is that this end station is always very full. So probably need another end station. Another bus end station would be a good thing, I think. Maybe I can if I can fit one here, I think that'd be really cool. I don't know if I can, though, because they're pretty small. The counter for that would be to just have them tag up at this one before they leave. But like this one it's a little bit out of the way. Could maybe get away with adding one maybe right here if it fits. Bus platform. I'm looking for an end station. So it'd be depot. Road depots. Bus end station small. End station large. A little bit too big. This one here. Is this better? It would be if it fit there, but it doesn't fit there. But it could fit somewhere. Maybe we could get it to... I still think if it could fit right here, it'd be really awesome. Because they could just drop people off, then, off they go. Should be great. But it doesn't actually enter and exit the right direction. So this is kind of designed to be off of a one-way street. The way this is designed. And it will fit here. It's asking for trouble, though, isn't it? Right? Because it's right off the highway like this. I feel like this is asking for a lot of trouble, but at the same time, I like this. because there's so many buses coming from Zoski. The thing is, do I want to add more traffic to this road? Because right now these buses, they could be, I need to give them another route to take. Like right through here would be better. If I can give them this route. But if this route doesn't connect to the, I guess it kind of does right here. I could pave this. I'd have to pave it, but it would work. I have the bitumen, don't I? I still do. I've been spending it, but I still have it. Tell you what, why don't we get started paving this road too? Just gonna block a lot of traffic that's going this way, so let's provide an alternative really quick. Just to give them a quick alternative. Excuse me? I don't know what you are, but you can go away. Aw, don't do that. I wish that was something that everyone could do, you know? I wish the vehicles could just keep using it while we're pending construction. I guess I understand why they can't. I just wish it wasn't that way. There's your alternative route. And I can't get rid of that yet, but that's gonna have to be okay. And then we'll just have, since there's already an alternative route like this, we'll have a detour go. Nope, no. We're gonna let that detour stand. And then we're gonna pave this road here. As soon as I can get it to... Ironically, the asphalt paver is in my way. No, that is not gonna let me... Not gonna let me get rid of it. Okay, well, is what it is. I'm just gonna have that road paved too. I can't believe that traffic buildup happened. I kind of wanna undo this and see if it was just a one-time fluke, or to more specifically, I kind of want to see how it developed. Like what caused it initially to happen, and if I start with lights from the very beginning, will it happen again? Right? If I give them lights right away, with 2 and 5 being the right of way for a little bit longer, let's say 15 seconds. You don't want super long lights, I guess, but just if we give them a little bit longer light here. I think the main issue is that you can go, but since there's people on this side, you can't turn left, right? So you get around that by introducing a new cycle. So you have 2 and 5, and we're gonna say that this goes for 20 seconds. And then after that, we're gonna let just 2 go for 12 seconds. That's too long, let's do 10. Just 2 will go for 10. That gives us a left turn, okay? And then after that, we let 6 go. We let, it'd be 6 and 3, but honestly, we don't really need 3. So we'll let 6 go and 5 go. So 6 and 5 will both go. That way we can get people turning right. And these guys, well, no, because that's cross traffic, right? Because there's no dedicated right turn lane. If I had a dedicated right turn lane, that'd be different, but I can't do that. I might be able to do that. It'd be nice if I could do that, but let's just give 5. Is it 5? No, it's 6. Yeah, 6 can go for 10 seconds. And then that's it, except for the fact that it's not letting me do it. Some entrance to crossroads are still red. Talking about 1? No, 2. Oh, it's 3. 3 never gets to go. Fine. 3 can go when 6 goes. I mean, nobody's going to go with 3 anyway. So now we have a dedicated left turn instance, which is good. And then maybe I can get a dedicated right turn lane here. I don't think there's enough room, but we're going to try it. Can I get a right turn lane? Oh, I can. No way. That's amazing. Yes. Yes, I can. Oh, this is exciting stuff, guys. This is very exciting. Because that's going to take care of this. That'll take care of the traffic problems too. Now everybody will turn left. We'll just get around the light and get out of here. Perfect. Love it. That's what we want. Let's make that happen, please. You know what? I'm even going to go high priority on that because it's needed. Let's go. And then just in case, we'll put Cernikova labor on it too, as we can. Okay. Wow, there's a lot of stuff. Like, there's a lot of miscellaneous stuff in this video, right? It's not, I don't know if it's organized per se, but a lot of miscellaneous stuff. I need to get more buses because we just do. I'm thinking the big... I need him to go faster. That's the thing. Like, he's 45. There's a lot of different buses. These things, they travel slower, but they got a lot of people on them. And I think it's probably worth it, you know? So I'm going to grab 2 of these buses, and we're going to get them taking people long distances, all right? I want you to go, just start here. You're going to pick up a bunch of people, workers only. Pick up a bunch of workers from this train station, and you're going to take them over here. You're going to drop them off. You know what? You're going to drop them off right over here. You're going to drop them off right there. Just going to take them directly to this location. I'm not even going to dink around with it. I need that. Look at this. This is traffic jammed now too. It's the concrete. We're missing gravel? Holy moly. How did we get down on gravel? I guess we finally hit the point where you need 2 of them, right? We've been dealing with this whole thing with 1, and there's no workers here. That might be a thing too, because I still have them working rail construction exclusively. Okay, let's maybe not do that. So this traffic jam is entirely because of concrete and gravel, which ultimately leads to it being because of gravel. So this when we have resources, this gets worked out. But basically, these concrete trucks are going to go in here, and they're just going to queue up on the side like this. And they're like, hey, we don't have gravel, we can't have concrete, we're just going to sit here and wait until we do. And then over here, these guys are all kind of like, hey, we don't have gravel, we're just going to get out here and make a roundabout and go here and get in line again. And none of that stuff is good. None of this is very good. So we're going to need more gravel here. I need more people to work in this place. And I think temporarily I'm going to tell everyone in the cable cars, or everyone who comes in the cable car, you are going to work here. And we need to get gravel in here now. And that's your job now. And then I think I'm going to allow this to build. Now, this is the thing, right? We started this, when we started this run, this city, these things did not have conveyor belt ends. There was no way to take with a conveyor belt and put gravel into the gravel processing plant. That just didn't exist. It's been changed since we started playing this, and now it can. So you see the difference here in the model, right? We have this, and if I go like this with the conveyor connection, notice how there is no entrance here. There's no in here either because I've already placed this. But if I go to place another one, so if I go to place a gravel, it'd be construction industry, right? It's been a while since I've placed one of these. If I go to place a gravel processing plant, you will now see that there is a way to bring it in with the conveyor. And we did not have that last time. So you see the model has been updated, and they have these little things right here. But on the ones that are already placed, I don't have a way to actually interact with them, right? So if I want to use those, then what I have to do is I have to demolish this and rebuild it. And so I'd just basically be giving up 11 tons of steel in this case. But I would also need to demolish this little walking path since that's bringing it in. And I'd have to demolish this so I can reattach it. And all of that's fine, but the whole setup is already built to bring it in with trucks anyway. And I'm just kind of lazy at the moment. So for this particular instance, I'm just going to say, hey, let's go ahead and build it again. And then we won't have conveyor belt ends, but we've already got everything set up so that we can bring trucks or bring it in with trucks anyway. Okay. So in this case, the quarried stone would not need to go to this, but instead it could feed directly into this. All right. And you could use half the trucks that we're using now. All right. Now, if I really cared about it long term, and maybe I do, I'm thinking about it now, right? I'm thinking about it. If I cared about it long term, this gravel quarry is not built yet. And, you know, we still got trucks doing things here. This is the 256B. I don't think the really big trucks, the 25-ton trucks, I don't think those are in the game anymore. I'm pretty sure we've replaced all those by now. It's 1995. But, like, I could, right? I could rebuild this. I could tear it down, get my demolition crews out here, remove this, and rebuild this so that I could use that. Because, one more time, just for the people in the back, right? There's a difference between these two things in that I don't have a way to get the ins on these because I've already placed them. They changed the model after we started playing, and now I'm able to get those little arrows in. See those arrows in? That's not on mine. I have to completely rebuild it in this location in order to use it. So I'd be able to do that. It's exactly the same model in every way. The walking paths are identical placement, everything, the roads, everything, except now I can feed it with a belt, right? And so that might be worth it. I'm thinking it's worth it. I'm going to do it. We're going to tear that down. And then we're going to go ahead and pull the walking path back just a little bit. And then we also need to go ahead and demolish this. And so now we'll get our demo crews out here to destroy this. And then I wanted to use the gravel quarry here because it's in a good spot, but I may want to add another aggregate storage here instead, or I may be able to tap into this actually. This gravel storage, we could tear this down and then just have the trucks go directly in here. There's 2 parking spots in here anyway. That's not a good idea because we're dropping off the stuff in here. Yeah, no, we're gonna need another storage. We're full here, so it's fine. We get another storage built here, and then we can feed it in with a belt. So I'll look into doing that. Yeah, but we're gonna tear that down, and we'll look into doing that. Hopefully we can get some more gravel, because holy moly, that traffic jam though, huh? That was wild. It looks like it's starting to sort itself out. There's a bit of a gap here now, and as we get more gravel, then these trucks will be able to get the gravel they need. The asphalt creator can finally get the asphalt that they need, right? So all that's happening right now, and it's not great. It's not great at all. I think I'm probably good to go ahead and stop that. Let them work on their places now. Because we should see, yeah, there's 15 people in here now. And now it's like, hey, there's no quarried stone. We wouldn't have to deal with the fact that there's no quarried stone if this was being directly belt fed. So maybe, I'll give you guys a maybe. When this is built, we could just switch people over to bringing it in with a truck. Then rebuild this one. And then this one can get fed with the belt too. I don't know if that's worth it because these are expensive to build too. And the placement on this is very exact. You can see how this is just coming right across there. I don't think it's worth trying to rebuild this one. I think this one's just going to stay the way it is. But we got room to move here, and I think in definitely, you know, we got space here to rebuild this one if we need to, okay? The other thing I wanted to get started on, which I'm not going to do right now, but I wanted to get started on making the second line here for these the food train. I wanted to work on getting that second rail built. Also, we now have this done, which means I can add one connection here and tell them to start unloading coal at this location and just fill it up, man, and have them fill up coal at this location. And so now we should see a coal train. They're, you know, they have to spawn, and we're very, very limited on the number of trains we can have at one time here. But if it does spawn, and we do get another train spawn, 8 trains are out and about right now. Really? I think it's less about the 8 trains being out and about and more about the fact that the hopper cars are already out and about. So I need to have more hoppers, I think, which we are already bringing coal somewhere else. And this is the reason why I need to get, you know, another distribution office going, is because I need to have those extra cars. So this has been an interesting episode. I think we're at an hour into the video now, and I think we're ready to go. I think I'm ready to call it a day. But I did show you guys all this stuff is working, right? It just needs power. And so when it has power, we'll turn it on, and that will be the next video, and we'll have more people running in Zoski. Okay? Apparently, a fire destroyed something. It destroyed a place in Zoski. It destroyed this dude's house. I don't know how the fire department didn't get there in time. If I had to suspect it, if I had to guess, I'd say there's no firefighters. Very few. Maybe they got there late. Either way, that house burnt down. So we're going to have to demolish it and rebuild it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.